Hello dear students. Last session we have studied about the respiration in human beings. How does air enters through lungs and how does carbon dioxide goes out. So today we are going to study about physiology of respiration. Okay. Now physiology. Physiology of respiration we are going to study. Now you have a question in your mind. What madam is telling about physiology? We are hearing this word first time. Okay. Physiology is nothing but the branch of biology that deals with the normal functions of living and their parts. This is the physiology meaning. In other way, the way in which organisms or body parts functions. How does it function? Now respiration. How our lungs functions. How do we take from nostril to till again coming back to the nostril. That is inhalation to exhalation of the air. The complete process and how blood absorbs the oxygen in the body. The entire process is being called as physiology of respiration. Okay. Now, just assume children, we are going to study physiology of respiration. It means now you are going to assume practically. Now, you keep your chest left, you are going to keep your left hand's palm on your chest and you are going to observe the inhalation, exhalation. Inhalation, exhalation with a slow movement. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now, whenever you observe the inhalation, when you take the air inside, your chest cavity comes up. When you exhale, your chest cavity goes down and it is connected with our diaphragm. Okay, it is connected with our diaphragm. Okay, now breathing in humans is facilitated by the action of internal intercostal and external intercostal muscles attached to the ribs and the diaphragm. Okay, now when the dome-shaped diaphragm contracts and becomes flattened and the rib cage is expanded due to the action of intercostal muscles, the volume of the lungs increases. Okay, now you did the activity. This increases and the pressure they drops down and the air from the outside gushes in. This is called as inhalation. And repeat once again. Inhalation. Inhalation. Dear students, when the dome-shaped diaphragm contracts and becomes flattened and the rib cage is expanded due to the action of intercostal muscles inside the lungs, what we have in the chest cavity, the volume of the lung increases and the pressure there drop down and the air from the outside gushes and reaches in. Gushes means it obviously will take the air. It will enter forcefully in the chest cavity, that is lungs. This process is nothing but the inhalation. Now you know what is inhalation. Okay, now let's study about exhalation. Inhale, exhale. What is exhale? Exhale is leaving out the air. To exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and becomes dome-shaped again. How the earlier it was, it became like a dome-shaped again because it will relax. Chest cavity contracts due to the action of intercostal muscles. You have to remember the intercostal muscles here. Okay, the volume of inside the lungs decreases, pressure increases and the air is forced out of the lungs. Here we have studied exhale. Okay, When, I'll repeat here, inhalation, taking the air inside. Taking air inside. Exhale. We are going to exhale. हम हवा को बाहर डाल रहे हैं अभी. That is called as exhale. This is giving out. Giving out is not exact the word. Exhale we can say breathing out or taking inside or giving out. Giving out actually it will not suit for the exhale word. Okay, we can tell here breathing out. Okay, breathing air inside, breathing air in outside. Breathing air outside. Okay, here breathing the air outside. In the exhalation, what is the physiology of the diaphragm and lungs? Now, the diaphragm relaxes and becomes dome shaped again. Chest cavity contracts due to the action of intercostal muscles present in the lungs. That is situated in the chest cavity. The volume inside the lungs decreases and the pressure increases and the air forced out of the lungs. Now, inhaled air increases the concentration of oxygen in the alveoli. Okay, what we take the air inside, it will increases the concentration of the oxygen because alveoli, it will absorb the oxygen. So, oxygen simply just diffuses in the surrounding blood vessels. The blood vessels will absorb, means diffusion process takes place here. Okay, diffusion, here I have given you an example. Like when you put a drop of ink in a water, how it spreads around. In the same way, oxygen will spread around. It will get absorbed by the blood vessels. That process is called as diffusion process in breathing process. Okay, now blood coming from the cells has more concentration of carbon dioxide. The blood coming from the cells has more concentration of carbon dioxide than outside the air, and thus carbon dioxide simply diffuses out of the blood vessels into the alveoli. Thus, breathing takes place due to the combined action of intercostal muscles and the diaphragm, while exchange of gases takes place due to the simple diffusion. Okay, now let's study what is inhalation and exhalation. The process of taking air rich in oxygen is called as inhalation. This is the process of taking the air inside, which air is rich in oxygen. The process is called as inhalation. Similarly, the process of giving out air rich in carbon dioxide is called as exhalation. Okay, dear students, they will ask simple questions by the board, multiple choice questions. Okay, in that they may twist you this. That time, this is all you have to remember. Okay, objective types questions, MCQs, they will ask these questions. Now, similarly, one breath comprises one inhalation and one exhalation. Now, one breath comprises one inhalation and one exhalation. Means what? One breath. This is one. Okay. Inhale, exhale. This is one breath. Okay. Now, the person breathes several times in a day. The number of times a person breathes in 1 minute is termed as his or her breathing rate. So, what is the breathing rate? A number of times a person breathes in 1 minute is termed as his or her breathing rate. Am I clear to you all? Students, last session I have told you about intracellular and extracellular respiration. Okay, cellular respiration is a set of metabolic reactions occurring inside the cells to convert biochemical energy obtained from the food into a chemical compound called as adenosine triphosphate. That is nothing but the ATP. I have explained this in the earlier and previous sessions also. What is ATP and how does it functions in our body? Okay, it is completely depend on the intracellular respiration, how energy is produced. Okay, you know better about ATP. Now, metabolism refers, what is metabolism? It refers to a set of chemical reactions carried out for maintaining the living state of the cells in the organisms. Like, these can be divided into two categories, but metabolism, it includes respiration, digestion, sleeping, or relaxation of muscles, senses. All this includes in the metabolism. Here, metabolism can be divided into two categories. Those two categories are in the metabolism, catabolism and anabolism. Those are, dear students, this is metabolism. It can be divided into catabolism and anabolism. So, dear students, what is catabolism? What process undergoes in catabolism? The process of breaking down molecules to obtain the energy takes place in catabolism. Now, what do you mean by anabolism? They may ask what is the difference between catabolism and anabolism for just 1 mark. Okay, what is anabolism? The process of synthesizing all compounds required by the cells. Okay, that process is called as anabolism. Now, therefore, the respiration is catabolic process which breaks down large molecules into a smaller ones, releasing the energy to fuel cellular activities. So, dear students, till here you have learnt about physiology in respiration, inhalation process, exhalation process, and what do you mean by the breathing rate, metabolism. In that metabolism there are two categories, that is catabolism and anabolism. Respiration comes under catabolism because it breaks down the glucose and produces energy. Breathing comes under catabolism activity. Now, let's study about aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, as we discussed, again there we can find this opposite word of aerobic, that is anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, oxygens are present, and an anaerobic respiration, there is absence of oxygen. You have to remember here. Now, let me explain you a little more things about aerobic respiration. Okay, let's have aerobic respiration. Now, aerobic respiration, presence of oxygen. This you have to remember always. This is a hint point to remember what is aerobic respiration. Now, Aerobic respiration is the process in which the food, that is glucose, is converted into energy in the presence of oxygen. Here glucose will be converted into energy in presence of oxygen. The general equation of the aerobic respiration as a whole is, we can tell as glucose plus oxygen. It gives rise to carbon dioxide, water and energy. What all released here? Carbon dioxide, water, the droplet of water and energy. This is the common formula of aerobic respiration. Students, you have to remember this formula. Okay. Now, this type of respiration takes place in animals, plants and other living organisms. So, till here you have to make a short notes, dear students, and send it to my personal number. And many of you are not at all sending me the notes still. And every day I am making the students who are sending me the notes, and every period I am updating principal sir. So be careful with this, because soon after 2 lessons, there will be 2 chapters, there will be a test for you. You have to remember this. Okay. And make a habit of reading the lessons minimum 3 times. If you don't understand anything, you can drop me a message to my personal number anytime. Okay. Ma'am, I did not understand. Just drop me a message to my personal number. Definitely, I will get back to you. Don't wait till the interactive sessions. You can drop me a message. Like already few students are asking me what it is, ATP, redox reactions and all. They did not understood. Definitely, they watch the video once again. If it is not clear, they have dropped me the message. Even you can follow the same method. Okay. And read the lessons 2 to 3 times. Few explanation, it is not there in your NCERT textbooks, but these are additional. So you can, whichever the additional I am going to teach, you can make a separate note on that for your best preparation for the board exam. Okay. Read, study, focus on your goal and be the national champion. Take care. Bye.